Wait, is that second baby? Wait, is this like a baby bolt deck? Hang on. What were the prize cards? Excuse me? 2 baby bolt? 2 of them? Dude, what are the popular decks? If we got 2 baby bolt in our deck, we'd be sniping out here, bro. Baby bolt smacks Frostlass, not gonna lie. It does, yeah. The baby bolts honestly are gonna pick apart a Frostlass deck for sure. 2 is crazy though. 2 baby bolt. Is it like a 1 prize? Oh, maybe it's like a 1 prize. It could be like a 1 prize style. It's like ancient deck, right? It could be like a 1 prize style ancient deck more so. Like you can open up with the Raging Bolt, then you go into the Koraidon kind of thing, maybe. Some of the 1 prizes are prized here, though. We did prize the Koraidon and the second Baby Bolt. And Ornament in hand as well. So you can go after the Noctowls. But these are liabilities for Jesus, for the Frostlass. All right. Like the Fan Rotoms and the Noctowls, if they come into play, will be liabilities to the Frostlass. So I wonder how many Hoot-Hoots we'll see get set up here. There's a Hoot-Hoot in hand. The rest of the hand is honestly not very good. So we definitely need some kind of Noctowl play on this next turn. A Noctowl's gonna have to come and play on this next turn for sure. I think I saw a Hoot-Hoot in hand. There's a Noctowl. I would assume it'd be like Hoot-Hoot double Noctowl, but we'll see here. Goes for another Fan Rotom. Does have Ultra Ball in hand. I guess that kind of makes sense. Maybe just play the Ultra Ball right now. Not the Fan Rotom. Grab another card. I guess that seems okay. Maybe we're not going to play the Ultra Ball this turn quite yet. It looks like that's what he's thinking about here, is whether or not to play the Ultra Ball. He's taking his time. Oh. Well, now we're going to probably have to see a reshuffle. Because he did see the card. I assume that's what they're talking about right now. Might be a judge to intervene. All right, judge intervene on the shuffle. This format is much slower than you think. But why not just play Turbo Raging Bolt? If the format's that slow, Turbo Raging Bolt's the dub for sure. That's a free win. Is there any cards that come out of Heatwave that allow you to just like be more aggressive? I don't think there is, right? There's no like Trekking Shoes or anything. Like style card. Alright, the Hoots are in play. Let's have a Grass Energy so you could cycle that with the pawn. It feels like playing this. I mean, you don't have to have double Noctowl in hand. Instead, play into the active here for the potential of a more powerful. Wait, but isn't this just bad? Like, aren't you just gonna get stuck? Like, the hand is just dead, right? We have a Noctowl, but what can Noctowl do for us if we're getting item locked? Monkey Dory gets benched. Second Monkey Dory being benched. I do see a Snow Run in the hand. I don't, honestly, that Raging Bolt isn't even that threatening because it needs a, what does it need? It needs a Lightning and a Fighting to use the first attack, right? Owl for Crispin. Ooh, I did forget about Crispin. There's the Iono. Owl to the bottom of the deck. I guess it's a reason you don't want to put 2 owls in your hand, right? Because you could get Iono, and we do see the Iono come out here. That's true. I did forget about Crispin. I did forget about Crispin. I don't know what that bird is. Is that a bird? It looked like a bird. I see the TM Evo in the hand as well, so we could see some Frostlass get TM Evo'd into play here. I don't see an energy though, so we need an energy as well. Oh, is it a Marnie's card? Oh, yeah, what is that? Looks like Grimmsnarl version. What the heck? There's Grimmsnarl in here? Was it like a 202 Grimmsnarl? There's the stage 1 in here as well, actually. Interesting. That's weird. The Grimmsnarl is weird in here for sure. The Grimmsnarl for 2 dark energy is 180 and then 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon. The ability accelerates 5 energy from your deck to your Grimmsnarl's Pokemon in play. So at events when it's best of 3, should you have the mindset of playing slow and 2-0 or play fast so you can play through games? Play fast to play through games. Have you ever made a Greninja deck? In the past, yeah. Not a Greninja EX deck if you're talking about that specifically. Wait, the Grimmsnarl powers up all the monkeys at once? That's sauce. Grimmsnarl only attaches to Marnie's Pokemon, so not quite, no. Okay, there's the Badoo. Wait, I'm sorry. Oh, we got Iron Bundle into the fan rotom. Oh, wait, that's like bad. Why would you Iron Bundle here? The Iron Bundle here is actually just bad, because now we're just an attachment away from being able to get the knockout. But with the Raging Bolt in the active, yeah, that was a terrible Iron Bundle play there. The fan rotom just gets to start. Oh, no, I guess you're protecting your Snow Runt. Okay, maybe it's not terrible. You are protecting your Snow Runt. It does prevent the Bolt Snipe. That is fair, I guess. I was like, man, this seems awful, but it's actually not that bad. Not that bad. It is, I think it was Prime Catcher right there as the A-Spec, right? Does Baby Bolt discard the energy? No, just does 30 damage to one of your opponent's Pokemon for each energy attached to it. Our Fan Rotom KO. Monkey Dory gets pushed here. I see a Dark Energy in hand. I see a TM Evo in hand. I see a Morgrim in hand. I see a Counter Catcher as well. It is not great. Evolving to the Morgrim is a little weird. I don't think you want to TM Evo into... There was another Morgrim in the deck, I believe. So TM Evoing into... Oh, we have a Research in hand. Okay, I guess it does make sense, actually. I thought our hand was dead, I'm not going to lie. The debate on the Research there is wild as well. I feel like we're always researching there. It looked like they were debating not researching. I was like, hold on. All right, 7 new cards. Does play E-Switch. I guess that allows you... You can, like, Grimmsnarl to your Or you can Grimmsnarl, accelerate energy to Grimmsnarl, then E-Switch to a Monkey Dory. Comes the Artisan use now. I mean, we're probably going to see a Snow Runt get searched out here. We do need to get into the Frostlass. Is there no Snow Runt? No Runt? No Runt's not good. I think he was thinking of Artisan first or not. Oh, that's true. That makes sense. Whether or not you want to Artisan first. True, true, true. No Snow Runt. Maybe he did it on... I don't know if you're doing that on purpose. I feel like you want to try and set up for... Oh, wait. There's a Snow Runt on our bench. Dude, I am literally trolling, bro. I thought our Snow Runt died. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to me. We have a Snow Runt on the bench. I thought we did not have a Snow Runt on a bench. Setting up just a single Frostlass might be fine for sure. 1-1 Frostlass line? I think there's a... No, there's a 1-1 Frostlass prize. So it's 2-2 Frostlass, 1-1 is prize. So we might have seen them grab second Snow Runt if it wasn't prized, but it is prized. All right, here comes the spread from the Frostlass. We're just looking for prize cards here on the... Raging Bolt side. We're not item locked this turn, so we can do a lot here. Got a pretty big hand. I see an Ultra Ball in the hand. Could knock it out with... yeah, I don't think... What is even the play here? You probably just want to get rid of that Frostlass with Raging Bolt, I would assume. Can you do that, though, I guess is the question. Because you can't, like... I guess you could just... Crispin plus Switch? The Latias is prized. So it'd have to be, like, Crispin plus Switch, I feel like, here. I don't know if there's a switch in the deck. I kind of assume there is. Stuff like Water Pawn or just like Retreat Locket in general is kind of annoying. Goes into the Artisan. There's at least a Hoothoot in there as something to grab. Oh, I guess Prime Catcher. Prime Catcher could be an out here, right? Prime Catcher Crispin. You could even like Prime Catcher the other Monkey Dory. And then snipe the Frostlass with a Crispin play. Yeah, or retreat the energy off the Fan Rotom as well, and then you could Sada that if you wanted to. The Crispin play seems a little bit cleaner. We'll see. Definitely can probably basically do whatever he wants this turn. The question is just what play is he going to go for? And like I said, KOing Frostlass seems like the best thing to KO here for sure. That thing's kind of scary. The Grimmsnarl build is kind of cool as well. I will say that. The Grimmsnarl build is kind of cool. It is cool that like the deck or the Grimmsnarl seems like it. I guess it kind of makes like Grimmsnarl is like a super efficient card, like self-sufficient card, right? You just evolve it, accelerates its energy to itself. So the question is like, what do you put it with? I guess the answer is Monkey Dory, to be honest. A Monkey Dory at the very least. What do I feel about Magnezone EX and Miraidon? I mean, you need that or Iron Thorns as like an answer to Walls. If you want to beat Walls. If you don't care about beating Walls, then I wouldn't play it. Is Economy / reordering the deck illegal in Japan? I have no clue. Might be. Another Hoot Hoot found here. And we have discovered a Noctowl as well. Evolves the active. This is going to be Prime Crispin. It's eyeing up in Area 0. Area 0 plus Crispin. And there's the Crispin play. How are we moving this owl, though? Do we have a way to move this owl? It was for grass fighting. Oh, I guess are we attacking with Ogerpon here? We might just be attacking with Ogerpon and KO in the active, I guess. Leaving the Frostlass in play does not seem great. I don't love that. But yeah, maybe it is just Ogerpon KO. There's the Area 0. Also be able to get down a Raging Bolt here as well. To have that in play. Another Ogerpon. Yeah, I guess it's just KO Monkey Dory with Ogerpon. Dude, leaving Frostlass seems kind of sketch. I don't know. We'll see how this goes. Dude, I do not like this Frostlass arriving. We could have killed it too. We could have killed it. I feel like the Frostlass is just such a huge part of this deck. All right, let's see where it goes from here. The Grimmsnarls are online. So I'm going to my first regional next weekend. What are your thoughts about pace of play and when to call a judge? Using this game as an example, do you think the Bolt player is taking too long to make decisions? Is this something you would ask them to increase pace of play? I don't know. I'm not like thinking about that while I'm like analyzing gameplay unless it's taking like a really long time. So far it's like seemed fine. I haven't thought about it very hard though, to be honest. The pace of play thing is like a, it's once again, it's one of those things where it's really hard to answer the question because it's really like kind of like an intuition thing. Like if they're consistently taking like, if your opponent's like consistently taking like more than 15 seconds for like multiple actions in a row, then I would say, yeah, probably. It's like fine for your opponent to take 30 seconds in some situations. Like your opponent taking 30 seconds to think about really hard about a certain situation, is 30 seconds in a certain situation, like is fine. But like obviously if they're consistently taking like more than 20 seconds, like every single action, then obviously you need to, I'd ask them to play faster and then get a judge involved after that. Yeah. We know what Tortoise playing? I'm not sure. Thing said on Twitter yesterday that he wasn't allowed to scoop. I thought that was a lie and you can scoop anytime you like. In Japan, no. I don't know if you're making a if you're confusing, like not confusing, but like in Japan it's different. In TPCI tournaments you can concede literally whenever you want. In Japan you can't concede once time is called. And also I'm pretty sure you can, before that you can concede, but once time is called you can't concede in Japan. But in like America and Europe, Latin America, Australia, any TPCI event you can concede literally at any point, even after time is called. What's the dark Pokemon? That's Grimmsnarl EX. 180, 30 damage to one of your opponent's bench Pokemon for 2 dark energy. Would you consider attending a Champions League? Not with the current process of how I would have to attend a Champions League. Maybe at some point in the future. That's what I'll just say that'll be my answer for now. Maybe at some point in the future. Okay, unfair stamp plus TM Evo search out here with the Arvin. I mean, the TM Evo is obviously not going to be used. We're just getting here to burn it. But yeah, the unfair stamp could be huge here because the Frostlass survived. Because the Frostlass survived on the last turn, we are KOing the active here. The active is getting KO'd, and it's getting KO'd by Frostlass. That's actually huge. That's actually huge. Also, you could KO the Fan Rotom here, which takes away the pivot on the other side as well. Oh, this is a huge turn here, to be honest. Because I really like the Fan Rotom KO as well, because you take away the pivot and an energy from play. So to actually get a return knockout with a Raging Bolt is going to be so difficult. Also, what happened to the Raging Bolt? Did we just like discard the Raging Bolt off the... And I'm going to go back to when the Artisan got played because I wasn't really paying attention. We discarded the Owl. Oh, did we just never bench the Raging Bolt? The Raging Bolt never got benched because it was in the hand, right? I think there's a Raging Bolt in hand right here. That's actually, I don't like that. Not benching Raging Bolt there seems terrible on the last turn. He Ultra Balled it? Oh, did he Ultra Ball it? Wait, why would we not bench the Raging Bolt? I'm not gonna lie, this Grimmsnarl deck is kind of sick. Oh, 30 to the Raging Bolt? Dude, I think going after Fan Rotom is so good here. Ogerpon dies to Frostlass, which is huge. Dude, going after the Fan Rotom has got to be the play here. Now on going into Yoshiyuki's turn, he's got the pivot of the Fan Rotom, plus it preserves 1 energy in play if he finds like Latias or something. Latias is prized, but if you find like Switch or whatever. Or you could just punt. Also, it gives no Fez activation. Oh, that is true. If you KO Fan Rotom, you do give Fez activation over. No, you don't. You still don't activate Fez either, right? With the Fan Rotom KO, put 30, it still dies to Frostlass, right? We could have killed the Fan Rotom and still not given Fez activation. Dude, that was a pretty big mistake actually. I think not killing the Fan Rotom there. And not killing the Fan Rotom there was definitely a big mistake. Also, I think for Yoshiyuki, not benching the Raging Bolt last turn, I think was also a huge mistake. Is also a huge mistake, for sure. 9 catcher maybe. Playing around counter catcher is definitely not worth it here because they probably don't even play it, and they still have Prime Catcher as like an item gust for their turn, so it's not something you're really scared of. Also, not benching the Raging Bolt seems pretty bad here as well. Maybe he's just, it is possible, maybe he's just not very familiar with this deck at all. Maybe he doesn't even know what the Grimmsnarl, like, I'm trying to like rationalize it here, but I feel like, I mean, if the Grimmsnarl deck is like a new innovation going into this tournament specifically, it's possible Yoshiyuki doesn't even know what the card, not that he doesn't know what it does, but he just not even thought about the matchup at all. What's benched next to the far left monkey? Morgrim. Wait, how are you looking at what left? There's a Frostlass and a Morgrim on the bench besides the Monkey Dories. I was like, wait, I don't think this left ever works. Okay, so it is just a Fan Rotom Punch attached to the bench Raging Bolt. Prize is tied up 4-4. And, dude, things are looking pretty gross here for the Grimmsnarl player. This is kind of looking over, to be honest. Big hand, lots to work with. Double Monkey Dory available as well this turn. Moving the damage off the Monkey Dory instead of the active. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, only, dude, move 3, heal it more. What are we doing? Okay, that's trolling. Move the extra damage counter off it. We got plenty of damage to work with these Monkey Dories. Why are we conserving damage? Hoothoot gets pushed. Fan Rotom removed. Here comes a Night Stretcher. 3rd Monkey Dory. Ooh, oh, into the Iron Bundle. I like that. Iron Bundle's gonna force up. Sheesh, dude, this is rough. The Hoothoot. Oh, both Hoothoots are gonna go down here if you send up Hoothoot. That's tough. Yeah, you definitely just KO both Hoothoots here. So Monkey Dory again, move 3 off the active to the bench Hoothoot. And then attack, knock out double Hoothoot. Go down to 1 prize card. I mean, that seems like the best play to me. I can't think of a better play to make there, but what does the Grim do? 180 to the active, 30 to the bench. Not going for the Hoothoot KO. Okay, instead building up the damage on that bench Raging Bolt. Not even going to play a supporter here, just attacking. Dude, leaving the Hoothoot around, we'll see how that goes. This means that Noctowl isn't out here. Down to 2 prize cards. Still in a pretty good spot. AzulGG probably going to still be looking for a top deck here. And the question is, what do you set up? Send up the Ogre Pawn. It's going to be easier to get the Ogre Pawn to the bench. I mean, you're probably trying to attack with a Raging Bolt this turn. Top deck is Ultra Ball. And we have Fez in hand. We couldn't use Fez last turn. Now we get to Fez this turn. Draw 3 off the Fez. That's a start. We have Ultra Ball potentially to use with the Noctowl. Imagine if we just had a Raging Bolt to work with here. There's a Sada in hand. Is that giving up a Sada? Or is that a research? I can't actually tell. Oh, he plays E-Switch. Oh, hold on. So we could see an Iono this turn, actually. We could see an Iono this turn, actually. Hoothoot would die from Frostlass? Would die to Frostlass? No, it'd be 1 short. The bench Hoothoot has 80 HP. That's a tank Hoothoot. So you'd have to use... Wait, did he even use second Monkey Dory? No, he did. Where did the damage go? Did it go to the Raging Bolt? There's a cycle off the Ogre Pawn. Yeah, he plays E-Switch. So we could see Iono. We could see Iono plus knockout this turn because this owl survived, bro. Why did you not KO the Hoothoot? Oh my gosh. And we see the Iono's getting lined up here. Iono Nest Ball probably because you got to find the 4 prize cards left. What's for area 0? We're going to need a lot off this Iono. You think Dragon Ball with Frostlass Monkey is a decent deck? I have no clue. I haven't played with it. Attach. Oh, maybe we're gonna try and trap something in the active with the Prime Catcher actually instead. You could Prime Catcher up the Morgrim and then snipe the Frostlass off the bench maybe. And we're just gonna attack with the Baby Raging Bolt. How much retreat cost does Morgrim have? We're going for the Frostlass trap. Dude, leaving the Monkey Dory or leaving the Frostlass in play. Ooh, leaving anything in play feels terrible actually. Are we KOing a Monkey Dory here maybe? Oh, this is just all bad still. Yeah, this is still just terrible to be honest. Like, ooh, how do we win still? We need this Iono to hit so hard here. Here comes an S-Ball. This is still a terrible situation. But I don't hate going for this line of play instead. Another Ogre Pawn search out on the Nest Ball. Was that Badoo Shaman in hand? Maybe. Now finally a Raging Bolt makes its way to the bench a little bit late though here. Would love to have had that in play earlier. That was a mistake I think that we definitely saw earlier on. There's the snipe. We get the KO on one of the Monkey Dories. Still have 1 Monkey Dory in play. And of course the Frostlass is still going to be building up damage in play as well. There's the pass over. Dark Energy in hand. We can attach, retreat the active, and then snipe the... Well, that's game. We can attach, retreat to Morgrim. Monkey Dory moves 3 over to the Noctowl. Snipe the Noctowl for 30, and it's over. The only thing that can happen now is he can mess up and not see the line of play. That's the only thing that can happen here. But honestly, this Morgrim deck is pretty sick. There's the attach, retreat. Knockout, knockout. Gets cleaned up. And Grimmsnarl goes on to 8-0 in the first round. Dude, the Grimmsnarl deck is absolutely sick. That deck is so sick. I was hating on all the Grimmsnarl stuff, to be honest, all the Marnie stuff, but I mean, you got to find something to put with it, and it's not other Marnie's cards. All those cards suck, but this put it with the Monkey Dories, a little bit of Frostlass. That's pretty sick.